this special day, we are honored and humbled. Really, her presence makes something special. It adds to the Sustainable Development Goal 15. Over to you, Excellency.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Raja Rao, for such a wonderful introduction. I'm really floored. It's great to be here, sharing the platform with such excellencies, I would say, dignitaries from all over the world. I'm humbled to be here. And of course, I recall when I first came with you on this platform with Vishwa Humanity Royal Council, I felt that it is something royal. Coming from India, I didn't think twice. I said, okay, I need to connect because it makes me feel that I'm doing something for humanity. And when you connect it with the word World Peace Summit 2023, it adds more because you feel that, yes, it is something that we are doing for the betterment of the country. And of course, when you do something for the betterment, when you do something for the betterment of people, automatically you feel the connection. It doesn't need to have a language, whether we speak in Hindi, English, French, German, whatever language from whatever part of the world, we feel connected. SDG stands for Sustainable Development Goals, and they are also now termed as global goals by United Nations. They're a universal call to action against poverty, protection of the planet, and to ensure that people have peace and prosperity. When we talk about peace and prosperity, it's again very important. Peace and prosperity will come when you have education. You need to educate the world. You need to educate the masses. And when I say education, I have said that so many times in the past, it's not just with degrees. It's not just with the academic education that I'm talking about the occupational education. I'm talking about the human education, which connects man to man, woman to woman, children to children. हम इस दुनिया में क्यों आए हैं, हम इस दुनिया में क्या कर रहे हैं और हमें क्या करना है. That is very important that we need to specify that loud and clear. These goals were inspired by the success of the Millennium Development Goals, which are also termed as MDGs, in new issues such as global climate change, economic inequality, innovation, sustainable consumption, peace and justice, among other priorities. It's true, अगर हमारे पास एक चीज होती है, हम दूसरे की चीज देखते हैं, हमें वो चीज अच्छी लगती है, हम तीसरे की चीज देखते हैं, हमें वो अच्छी लगती है, and our needs become multiplied, they become wants, and wants become demands. So during this time with MDGs, emphasis is also on how you can be sustainable, not just in spending, but also in consumption. We are becoming more and more responsible purchasers. So the goals are interconnected. The success of an SDG involves answering these issues that are associated with other goals. Be more meaningful. How can we be more sustainable? And what can we do to be sustainable? What I'm doing here in Switzerland, as Piyush just mentioned, we can have a lot of other things which are happening in India. Somehow it can be connected and it can be applied in India, or it can be applied in Africa, or it can be applied in any part of the world wherever people are working together, because these goals are connected and we do have these leaders who can do something for the betterment of other people. This May, I'm very happy to say that SDG 8, that is decent work and economic growth, and SDG 15, what we are talking today, were chosen as the month goals. So speaking on 15th May, talking about SDG 15 is like a double connection. About SDG 15, which calls for the conservation, restoration, and sustainable use of ecosystems with the aim of halting deforestation. Of course, it's important that we have to have forests because it gives a lot of greenery, it gives a lot of, you feel fresh when you go into these places. But at the same time, you need to restore degrading of these forests, because if you're not taking care of the forests, it becomes like a jungle. When you say the word jungle, it automatically means there's everything everywhere, and it needs to be systematic. It needs to be in a proper order. It focuses on the aim of halting this deforestation, restoring the degraded forests, and substantially increasing reforestation. To protect biodiversity, it's very important that Goal 15, SDG 15, calls for urgent measures to end poaching and trafficking of unprotected plant and animal species. That we need to join hands to see expertise of each and see where we can fill in the gaps, because we are human and humans have the right to make mistakes, and we do make mistakes. What can we do and what needs to be done? That's the question. So our first thing would be find a Goal 15 charity that you want to support. any donation, big or small, can make a difference. It's not about money. It's about joining a movement. Guru and influencer, Prime Minister Modi ji, he addressed UN dialogue on desertification and land degradation and drought. When he talked about it, lots and lots of people started coming in synergy. Yes, we need to do. It's always when a leader comes forward, he puts the first stepping stone, others just follow. I am involved with Save Soil by Sadhguru ji. I'm supporting that. So I would suggest if others can join hands to support any one social charity, it will make a difference. Point number 2, reduce the use of paper. The more we use technology, the better it is. Of course, excess of everything is bad. Number 3, don't shop for pets. Go to shelter homes. There are a lot of shelter homes, local animal shelter homes, where some of the animals are there. Take an animal from there. It will give him a home. Just as we take children, we go to the orphanage and adopt a child, adopt an animal. Coming back to Modi ji, what he's talking about, Swachh Bharat. I think that's another thing. Clean the things around us. Each and every person is responsible for cleaning things around us. The more the world, the country will become beautiful, because each and every person is taking care of those small areas which are around you. So you will make a difference. Those small steps, those baby steps will definitely add on. Number 4, reduce and recycle paper, glass, plastic, any metal that you have. Cycle it. Automatically, you're giving life to that product. Composing food scraps that reduce the climate impact while also recycling nutrients. Like here in Switzerland, we do that a lot. All the things like kele ke chilke, santre ke chilke, apple scraps, all those things. If you just keep on keeping it in a big pot and making a compost, it's very easy. It's something that each and every person can do. The one is keep and try to keep your local parks and forests clean. Don't throw things everywhere and everywhere. Be very, very cautious what you are doing, because children, they are watching you. If as a responsible parent or as a responsible adult, you are doing something which your children are watching, make sure. These are very simple things. I'm sure we know it, but we don't follow it. Use pesticides. You have to protect the soil. You have to protect the quality of soil. Last but not the least, stay informed. It's very, very important to keep your eyes and ears open to see what is happening globally. And it's very important for us as responsible citizens of the country that we stay, that we have to give examples, because the more we give examples, our children are watching us. So instead of them being on their computers all the time, make sure you make them work in the garden. Try to get what we used to do in the past, our grandparents getting us working in the garden, cutting, plucking, fruits and things like that. Believe me, I'm not saying this because I'm on social media. I do that with my children as well. We move on and think together what can be done, can collaborate, see where we can do something for the betterment of humanity. Thank you very much and all the best.